What is going on? We are just going to get into it. I hope everybody is doing good. What an electric day. Holy shit, so much stuff happened. So, the secret sauce for today, focus on goals, not the obstacles. The obstacles make you stronger. Let the goals drive you. Listen, the highlight of Trump's message today at the Bitcoin Nashville conference to me was absolutely amazing. It was simple. Now, he did talk about politics, but he is a politician. He spoke at a Bitcoin conference. That is the starting point. It was followed by Cynthia Lummis, and she reinforced everything Trump said, and she also brought to light the Bitcoin on the U.S. reserves. How is that a possibility? What could it do for the economy? What could it do for the American people? And how it is a win. These were absolutely wonderful things to have transpire today. Do we see $87,440 by October? If the inverse head and shoulders pattern holds, that's what Bitcoin will be at. We will see. Early signs indicate a potential 9,000, that would be magic, 900% rally coming for Solana. It has been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It has recently become the fourth largest by market cap. Next stop, $200. All we need to do is hold support at 180. We're going to check in on all the numbers in a second. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Saturday, July 27th, and it is time for some rare bits. Today, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we bumped up 4 degrees, coming in at a 72. Top crypto search term for the normies is Pith Network, ticker sign PYTH. It is up 6% on the 7-day. We are going to look at that chart in a minute. Bitcoin dominance, it is up on the 24 hours. Ethereum dominance has fallen, and total crypto market cap is up about 1.182%, coming in at $2.49 trillion. And before we get into some more news, we are going to check some numbers for the nerds. Now, we have the Bitcoin halving clock behind me, and this was such an instrumental part of my Substack for so much time leading up to the halving. I just think it's interesting to look. So we have 1,331 days left till the halving. It is proposed to happen on the 24th of March, 2028. We are looking at 109,741 blocks remaining. The target is 1,050,000 blocks. Do we make it in this time? Do you think it goes quicker than this, slower than this? Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of what is going on. So we are looking at the current crypto heat map, and we have Bitcoin looking nice. Everything's kind of flat for the moment. We did have some movement today, but not as much as people were hoping for. When we look at the actual numbers, Bitcoin is currently trading at 68,043. Now, I mentioned in the beginning, there are a couple resistance numbers we want to beat, right? When we look at Solana, we are talking about this 180 range, which is so important. So Solana is currently trading at 185. So we're piercing through this resistance, which lets me know we're going to set another level. I think we are going to hit $200 very short term. I think BNB is going to shortly follow, currently trading at $583. XRP, 0.59. Dogecoin, 0.13. Listen, there is some news. People are talking about Dogecoin. It is in the mix of things. It is number 8 by market cap. Solana is number 4. We have a stable coin in there that's coming in at 2 or 3. I remove it just because it is unnecessary. Now, while we used to concentrate on NFTs, we are going to get into the meme coin world. What is happening, how to make sense of it, how to catch things that are happening, and how to stay away from pitfalls. I unfortunately ran into a pitfall early this morning. I should not have been trading. I was recommended to trade something called AOC TITS. And as you can imagine, it did not go well. So these are some of the pitfalls. Though these gambles sometimes pay off if you just get in and out. That was my that was my quest for this particular mission, and I could not get out fast enough. So that is what it is. So we are looking at some of the top meme coins. So at the moment, we are looking at volume. Okay, so we have Dogecoin, Pepe, Dog with Hat, Shiba Inu, and Bonk. Those are the top 5 for volume. Now, I think it is important if you are deciding to get into this game, a fun thing to do is click what is down, right, on the 7-day. So we've got some dramatic downs. We're not particularly looking for everything that's down, but we're looking for things that have a long-term prognosis that may turn around that happen to be down on the 7-day. Prime example, MogCoin. It is down 18% on the 7-day. It is rebounded today, and on the week, it is still down. It is a buy at this level, I think. Pepe, down 16%. These are the type of movements you want to capitalize on in this market. These red days where you're seeing above a 15% drop in price. Don't throw your whole house at it, but dollar cost average in. Buy the days that are red. These coins are not going anywhere. Now, we look at market cap by volume. We're looking at the 30-day. If we go to the 1 year, look how much more volume we have in this ecosystem with the meme coins. It is dramatic. It is on display here. So it is nice to see. Now, top coin performers, we are looking at the 30-day chart. The number 1 performer is WIF. We have, in this chart, we have WIF, Shiba, Floki, Mew, Doge, Popcat, Brett, Bonk, Pepe, and Mog. These are all really interesting plays for the upcoming 30, 60 days, okay? There is not a bad one here. WIF, I'm not going to delve too much into this. We are going to start getting into this more as Monday comes around. I have some stuff coming. The Substack that I do is no longer geared around the digital art. It's geared around the meme coins. This is a super cycle, and I want to help everybody take advantage, and I want you guys to know what to look for and what I'm looking for, and I will share my wins and losses as we go. Now, I talk about what the normies are searching for. This is a great analytic. They have been looking recently for PITH Network, ticker sign PYTH. Again, to me, this is a great chart. We are looking at probably, what are we looking at? The 3-month chart, maybe? So there we go, the 3-month chart. So we saw this dip. It is moving back up. People love this token. It has a great narrative behind it. I absolutely recommend you guys doing your own research and getting a look at what is happening with this. It is on Tether US. It is on Binance. There's a easy converter. January, I'm sure that you can see what is going on. In January, it was up. February, March, April, May, and June, we saw some retrace. July, it's back up. November, okay. So this is just an interesting coin. People are talking about this. Anytime people, meaning this particular analytics, looks at new investors that are getting in with fresh wallets, and when they decide to get into the ecosystem, oftentimes with these fresh wallets, they do a different type of research than the degens that are in the space. So there is something that can be said for their research. Sometimes they're late on things. Sometimes the research is spot on. And in my research, I don't look at things that they look at until it hits the radar about 3 times. Often we've already dealt with it in the crypto space, but when narratives continue to pop up, it is worth continued investigation. The deep dive on PITH will make you smile. Take a look at it, see what is going on. Now let's get into some news that is happening. It's time for Beer Horn. And just like that, we had President DJ Trump. He vowed to make the U.S. a Bitcoin MF and superpower. He is going to shit-can Gary Gensler and hopefully his boob, Elizabeth Warren. Hopefully that won't need to happen because I think John Deaton is just going to roust her, so hopefully that is going to happen. But if re-elected day one, he has some plans, and Gensler, your days are numbered. You're going to be driving a school bus, my friend. Pooh! Maybe you and Anthony Fauci could open a summer camp for nerds. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so he criticized the Biden-Harris administration for their approach to crypto, pledging to end Operation Choke Point. aka Elizabeth Warren's crypto army hullabaloo shit. It's ridiculous. Operation Choke Point and the presidential crypto advisor, he is going to foster new innovation and get people to stay here in the United States. He wants Bitcoin to be mined here. He wants Bitcoin made in America, BMIA-MFers. Also, we had some interesting talk about his communication of the Silk Road founder, Ross Ulbricht. Vacate that motherfucker. Let him go. Time served. All is good. Get back out on the streets and use your brilliant mind to do some brilliant things. So these are all things that are coming down the pike. These are things that made the crowd cheer. And unfortunately, Trump then quickly went on to politics, but he is a MFing politician. So you got to take it with what you got. Now, next up, we have Cardano, ticker sign ADA, and Solana, ticker sign SOL. Both of these have seen some pretty good price increases. They both look good on the technicals. I love Solana at the moment. Holy moly, schmoly moly. Okay, next up, Pudgy Penguins. After a quiet period, quiet for some, they have been cooking in the kitchen. So they are back in the spotlight with Igloo Incorporated. It is the parent company, and they raised about $11 million. This was led by Founders Fund and developed. They're working on a layer 2 blockchain at an abstract based on ZK Sync and ZK Stack, virtual machines using the EigenLayer, EigenDA. All this stuff is good stuff. There's also some team of Pudgies that are working on ticker sign ZRO, that is known as Layer 0, another fucking good thing to put on your radar or your hit list of things to look at. So Pudgy Penguins, they are doing some stuff. They've got some NFT toys. They've got some interesting stuff going on Telegram with CEO Pavel Durov. They are remaining active in the space. It is just good to see. Tunkeeper's launch of a smart wallet for the Ton network is all going to play into some of the things that Pudgy is going to be doing. You heard it here first, so hopefully this stuff is going to make people smile. We are just looking at onboarding becoming easier and easier for absolutely everybody. Next up, we have the absolute monsters, aka the worst people in the world, JP Morgan. So these guys are at it again. What are they doing? Sorry about running the screens around. I think I'm going live on YouTube at the moment, and I was going to try and see if chats are coming in. I can't find the chat thing. So we're just going to keep going. JP Morgan, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo, aka the trifecta that wants to, they want to take you down. Quit messing with banks. Holy moly. So these guys, they are anticipating raising credit card loan defaults. All this stuff is coming. They don't know what to do. It's going to bring uncertainty. Their Q2 2024 reports are looking like shit shows. JP Morgan has increased provisions by $1.17 billion. Bank of America is doing the same thing. Everybody's getting on board for just the shit show that is coming. Hopefully, crypto people have known about this and will remove your assets from the system because the system wants to fuck you. Holy moly. Sorry, I got worked up today, didn't I? Next up, we have the Federal Reserve. These guys ended enforcement action against a defunct crypto-friendly bank called Silvergate. Holy moly, just the shit show these guys stir up and then they unstir it up. Basically, there was $43 million fine, and it fueled a promise to liquidate reserves and repay all customer deposits. The enforcement action, in effect, since May 2023, ensured a protected wind down of Silvergate's operations. The bank also faced fines from California's Department of Financial Protection and Innovation and the SEC for deficit anti-money laundering protocols. Silvergate's closure was triggered by the collapse of the FTX exchange. Thank you, Sam Bankman-Fried, you absolute boob. All that happened in November 2022. It seems like 15 fucking years ago. All of this led to the shutdown of the SCN platform and a liquidation of about $11 billion in assets, caused the collapse of Solana and so many other things that were absolutely unnecessary, all because Sam is a boob. Holy moly, it just never stops in the crypto space, but we have change coming. Next up, we have this amazing battle between Bitcoin and Ethereum and Bitcoin. Who will win the race? Apparently Solana at the moment. Listen, but Bitcoin and Ethereum both rose over 3% in the last trading session, but Bitcoin may have delivered more a value per dollar investment than Ethereum. We are looking at the realized capitalization multiplier, and every $1 invested in Bitcoin increases its market capitalization by $5, whereas for Ethereum, it increases only by 1.3. This suggests that Bitcoin is more responsive to new money. So there's a bunch of stuff going on with different technicals like the MVRV, the ratios, all kinds of shit. If you like technical stuff, it's a bunch of hogwash, in my opinion. Not all of it, but some of it is. Yeah, anyway, these trends indicate that Bitcoin might be perceived as more overvalued in compared to Ethereum. So this overvalued perception, Bitcoin has such a good name. It's digital gold. Ethereum has yet to bring its story to the masses. It will start to unfold when DeFi absolutely starts to take off. So these are things that I am waiting for. Next up, we have U.S. Representative Wiley Nickel. He is a Democrat from North Carolina, and he stated at the Bitcoin Nashville conference that Vice President Kamala Harris understands crypto. What? And may adopt a pro-crypto stance in her presidential campaign. I talk about this a lot on the podcast, is these are not turnarounds. These are not, holy shit, I'm doing this for political reasons, though it could be. But what's important about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and the blockchain is if you start speaking about this stuff and preaching it, it's called the red pill. It gets into your vernacular, your brain. It changes the way you think, and you become a better human. So many of us, from Michael Saylor to so many of us, were hesitant when we looked at cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And until you have the time to investigate and figure out some talking points that you can digest, it is an alien narrative to you, and it remains something you're not interested in. And especially the older generation, it is such a hard pill to swallow what is happening in the modern moment as our financial system evolves. Like this is so huge. So give people time to digest it. It is not as simple as some perceive it to be. And the adage that you get it when you get it is important. You will get Bitcoin at the price you deserve it. It is not something we need to push down your throat. Unfortunately, you will understand it when you understand it. We're here for you when you get it. And when you do not shit on these people when they enter the ecosystem. So these are all things to keep in mind. If the Democrats pull a reset, it is much needed. That could be a big game changer, right? A big game changer. If it's not a bipartisan issue, that, again, is a wonderful narrative to put forward. What a great narrative for the ecosystem. While I love to see a good fight, just a nonpartisan issue that we need to move forward with this makes me happy. Now, Attorney John Deaton, he is running as the Republican U.S. Senate seat in Massachusetts. He is trying to kick Elizabeth Deaton off of her post. She has been making that nest oh so dirty. Just fly the coop, lady. Jeez Louise. So Deaton, he has some substantial Bitcoin holdings, which make me super excited. There is a YouGov poll that indicates Warren holds a significant lead over Deaton at the moment, but hopefully this narrative will begin to change as we begin to pluck Elizabeth Deaton's feathers. So we also have Tyler Winklevoss. People are just coming down on the Biden administration, throwing mud. He is slinging mud at the Biden-Harris campaign, saying you guys are not only pro-crypto, you have been avoiding conversations and arguments about how to progress things. You are staying away from this as a topic, and it is of vital importance to our sovereignty as a country, and you have been an absolute bozo regarding these issues. So there is hostility from every moment up until the moment that they change. And that change is not a flip-flop. Hopefully it will be a scene of the light. We need everybody to see the light. So hopefully these things will happen in a productive manner. Next up, That is a beer horn, and we're going to check in and see what we're drinking today, just as a check, because this is delicious. This is Carbach. This is Hobdilia IPA. It is delicious. Please remain calm as you sip this. It is brewed in Texas, and we love Texas IPA. If you don't know, Austin appears to be the IPA, the hazy IPA capital of the world. So I just happened to move here not knowing that was the case. So I am very excited to be here. Okay, let me get back to shit. Next up, we have Futurama. They are returning with season 12. It is coming up. I don't know, it should drop the 29th. And what's interesting about this, there is going to be mention of NFTs. I know you cannot wait for shit like that. It all happens when it happens. If you guys are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack today. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling.